Hey, so I have this game called Tabs, and you probably know it, but I might be using it more for school reasons, things like that, because social studies, we do history, and things, and I can use it to simulate wars. So yeah, I'm in the Viking thing, so here's some Vikings, and it can be used to simulate stuff. And so here we go. A lot of different things. The Vikings were more in the past. They were in the past and in a cold area. No, not that far, not that far in the past. Looks like so. Yeah, the Vikings were usually strong and could destroy things. So let me just get rid of this guy. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. They won fair and square. Anyways, yeah, I could use this to simulate things, different things, you can use it to simulate different, if they decided to raid, then I can make them raid this whole town area, and the Jarl was the leader of them, and in the pictures they would have horns, but they don't actually have horns because it's big-headed guy. You have a big head. Anyways, they don't actually have horns because it's bad for fighting. They had horns because everyone thought of them as demons and stuff like that. But normal helmets would be like this if it's round, so it kind of makes their swords slide off and their heads are round. So they usually have an axe and a shield, and the Jarl in the front. So and they can raid different things, different places. They usually traveled by boat, and they were usually in the ice areas. So they usually traveled with a boat in the water, not on land with people on the bottom. But their boats were designed to be stronger and be able with things to scare enemies, and it would be a good boat to withstand a lot of things, and they would raid different places, and sometimes they just wanted to trade, and sometimes people didn't trade, then they would just kill them all. They didn't actually headbutt. Well, they didn't actually headbutt because it's kinda, they could just, the enemies could easily dodge it. And yeah. And they had archers, and they were usually in icy areas. They were usually in more icy areas and colder areas, or ocean places, because they had really good boats. With the technology we have, our boats are technically better, but given the tools at hand, they did really well. their boats. And they use different types of weapons and things. And they would attack different places because they could. And I could like what I could do here is like try to simulate some battles that happened, and they were really scary to the people because they were like just really scary to people because they were just really strong and just took over every place basically. But to modern day things, I don't think they would really stand a chance. Yeah, they wouldn't stand a chance to modern day things. Maybe a chance, but no, not really. And tanks don't usually run them over. These guys are just not. Okay. But the Vikings also had religious things. They had gods. Basically, the most famous one is Thor, because of Marvel. They transformed him into a superhero. And the gods were like gods. They just like abnormal humans with like special powers. And yeah, I don't know if the gods would. Let's see if the gods would be able to stand a chance against modern day stuff. Nope, they wouldn't. And yeah, they had different religions. So like this one, there's no like Zeus or something like that. Actually, who would Thor or Zeus? Well, in this game at least. Okay, let's go check it out. Yeah, I could do things like this. So, yeah, I could do things like this in social studies and stuff like that. I could test some stuff out. They were really like, the Vikings were just, they were really vicious and stuff, but they weren't like fully evil. They were fair with like women's rights and things like that. And like, yeah, but back then they were really scary people because they could just destroy everybody. But like with more modern day things, they're not as vicious, not as like scary and stuff. They don't seem to be as strong. But they were like strong with what they had. And they actually won. So like, they could just, they could do a lot with what weapons they had. So, yeah, they didn't actually have special ice powers or things like that, but, like, yeah. I could do special things to, like, pause it. I can make things, not fair. Look, really not fair. I could slow-mo it and do different things to make it really not fair. for a certain team, like shooting stuff. So tools at hand that I have, then I can like switch, make a side win, some special things for this game. Oh, that guy just disappeared. Okay, I could just do a bunch of stuff and why are they? Okay, so yeah, the Vikings were just. I said this a million times already, but like they were just really strong. But they don't disappear when they die. They usually took their weapons off the enemy's armor because like they don't need it because they're dead. And sometimes and sometimes like let's say let's say one would be surrounded. They weren't really like the type just because they had weapons they would attack. They were really like they were more glorious, you could say. For example, if he was surrounded, if this guy was surrounded and he knew he wouldn't win the fight, instead of actually fighting, he would just kill himself just because he knows he wouldn't win, so like he'll just kill himself so he wouldn't get the satisfaction. But yeah, I could do a lot of special things with this. As long as my teacher approves, I could maybe share it to the class. But if he doesn't, I could just play this game still. Guess that's it. See ya, guys.